2 months to go, and it's finally getting exciting. One of my focus areas has been to build momentum, build a studying habit, and I've been trying to do that over September, and luckily it is coming to fruition, so hopefully I can carry that momentum forward. I've also booked 2 weeks of leave. Last year I only booked 4 days before the exams and just proved to be too much. Maybe if I had booked in, say, an additional 1 week, things could have been different. But hey, it is what it is, stronger this time. So things are going quite well. What I intend to do is give one of the first mock exams in the first week of November, aim for around about 65%. And then I know that when I come around to doing the second mock 1 week away from the exam, I can hopefully push my score to 75%. That would be ideal. I'm not aiming for 90%. I don't think I'm capable of that, and I must admit it's not that easy to get that. Not everyone can, so I wouldn't go there at all. My aim is to improve and hover around the 70% mark, which I think would give me enough credibility. Last year I'd only booked 4 days leave, and that kind of became a problem because I was hovering around the 60% mark in the mock exams. I just couldn't improve. I gave both the exams 1 week before the exam, and finally had that extra amount of time. I could have pushed to say 65, 66%. That may have been enough to cross over that minimum passing score and pass. So this year, a 2 week cushion can help me there. What I've also been doing is obviously focusing on the end of chapter questions. Last year I left them too late. I wanted to do them all towards the end, and even though I did most of them, it wasn't the same. I just didn't have enough practice, and I thought that if I had done these a lot earlier, some of the concepts and the formulas could have registered well. Now, with end of chapter questions, the tricky part is to not do them straight away after the revision of the reading. There's no point, because you're going to get a higher score, and you might have this false sense of security that things are going okay, but your maximum recall value straight after the revision. So what I try to do is leave 2 or 3 days gap, or try and do 1 or 2 readings and then return to my previous reading, end of chapter question. So that kind of keeps me a little bit removed from just having learned something and applying that in end of chapter questions. That strategy seems to be working. I'm hovering around on average 65% in the end of chapter questions. It's not enough to pass the exam, but for a first attempt and sporadic studying over the last 2 or 3 months, I think it's a decent attempt. So I'm not at all disappointed by that. For me, it's still early days. 60 days is plenty of opportunity, plenty of time to really get into the thick of it, and would be keen to know where you guys are at with your preparation. The optimistic side of me, I should have finished the curriculum already by now. I should have only been revising and doing practice questions. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen in real life. There's other priorities that you're constantly juggling, and even though I should be giving CFA more importance, unfortunately the studying bit I haven't. So but nonetheless, as I said earlier on, I'm happy with the momentum that I've built in September. Put in a significant number of hours. I'm around about the 120 hour mark at the moment. So initially, I don't remember, but I targeted 250 hours for this year's exam. So not too bad, but a lot of those hours were spent pre-June, and all that kind of seems to be forgotten by now, so I'm not sure how much effort that really carries in terms of any value add. Do let me know what you guys think. Look, there's also thoughts about whether the exams are going to happen or not, and that's beyond our control. I'm not even focusing about it. For me, the key focus is to give it my best shot, and whatever is in me, I need to do my bit and forget about the rest. So let's see how things go. I'll probably give one more update a month before the exams and see how things are. But right now, looking good.